Good afternoon, I'm Dave Karger. Thanks for sticking with me today here on TCM. Next up this afternoon is a Western starring James Cagney, one of the few Westerns he made in his long and celebrated career. From MGM in 1956, directed by Robert Wise, it's Tribute to a Bad Man. Cagney plays a wealthy and successful rancher in the Wyoming Territory in the 1870s. The nearest law enforcement is several hundred miles away, so Cagney carries out his own form of unrelenting and vicious frontier justice to protect his home and cattle. His anger and violent behavior negatively affect his professional and personal relationships, especially with his main ranch hand, played by Don Dubbins, and his girlfriend, played by Irene Pappas. Tribute to a Bad Man was based on a short story by Jack Schaefer, a prominent American Western writer whose popular novel Shane was adapted into the landmark 1953 Western directed by George Stevens and starring Alan Ladd. James Cagney, who was known for his tough guy gangsters and occasional forays into song and dance roles, didn't spend too much time in the Western genre. He only made 3 Westerns throughout his career, beginning with Lloyd Bacon's The Oklahoma Kid from 1939, which co-starred Humphrey Bogart, as well as Nicholas Ray's 1955 Western Run for Cover, followed by the film that you're about to see. But despite his limited experience in the genre, Cagney was an exceptional talent who could adapt to just about anything. The same can certainly be said for his director on this film, Robert Wise. Wise had only also made a couple of Westerns prior to this, including the tense psychological Western Blood on the Moon from 1948. But he was a director who seemed to be able to excel in any genre, with credits that ran the gamut from The Day the Earth Stood Still to Somebody Up There Likes Me, The Haunting, The Sand Pebbles, Star Trek the Motion Picture, and of course 2 Best Picture Oscar winners, West Side Story and The Sound of Music. From 1956, here is Tribute to a Bad Man. Tribute to a Bad Man was originally planned with Spencer Tracy in the lead role, but Tracy and director Robert Wise clashed from day one. Tracy eventually withdrew from the production, claiming that the location's high altitude was bad for his health and that he didn't like the script. James Cagney was quickly brought in to replace him, and the production was able to resume shooting. Tracy, who had already starred in several great Westerns like The Sea of Grass from 1947 and Broken Lance from 1954, would end up returning to the genre in 1962 as the narrator of the star-studded saga How the West Was Won. As for James Cagney, he too provided narration for another Western, Arizona Bushwhackers from 1968. But Tribute to a Bad Man was the last Western that he appeared in. Up next is a biographical drama from 1958, starring and directed by Jose Ferrer.
Next on TCM, I Accuse, then Goodbye Again, and later, Bonjour Tristesse. Pardon our French on TCM tonight.